The ethical issues project that you'll do for this class is a little different than some others you've done for nursing research. It's very different from EBP because you'll be using a variety of sources. You will spend a lot of time in CINAHL, and probably the bulk of your research will be journal articles that you find in CINAHL, but you'll also need some other things like books, laws, maybe some professional guidelines, news items, and these sources are found in various databases that we have. I have collected those databases on the Legal and Ethical Issues tab. Also, while you need to look at many aspects of your ethical issue, the causes, history, political, legal, financial aspects, etc., in the beginning stages, you just need to explore the topic generally. I wouldn't divide it up right off the bat. Everybody just needs to research your topic. I often see students get frustrated in the beginning stages of research because they hope to find a journal article that explores the many aspects of their topic. And often what they find are articles that look at one very tiny specific part of the topic. So let's say you're researching the following ethical problem. Can children make their own healthcare decisions? What you really need is some broad knowledge about the issue, something like a Wikipedia article that gives you the background, history, major cases, laws, etc. And you can often find just this type of overview in our books and ebooks. So let's start there. So I've listed some books off to the left side of the page. Most of these are ebooks. Um, some of them that have call numbers are in print, and some of them just have a link, so they're ebooks. I want to point out this one in particular. This is a book in print that I've placed on reserve at the circulation desk in the library. And this has chapters on different ethical issues. So you might send somebody over to look at this book to see if your issue is included. Because if you can find a chapter, that's a great starting place. A lot of these books are also included in the Gale Virtual Reference Library as ebooks. So this collection includes a lot of academic sources in addition to some not so academic sources, so don't let this front page throw you off. So I'm going to search for minors, children, medical, and of course you just have to play around with your keywords. What you'll find are chapters in different reference books. So this first one is a chapter called Treatment of Minors in Gale Encyclopedia of Everyday Law. So it's going to give you a nice overview of this topic, give you some background, sections on informed consent, mature minor doctrine, so on and so on. So this is a great starting place. Also, as you're reading some of these book sources, you'll be able to identify some terminology that you can use to then go search in CINAHL later on. So you could go search for mature minor doctrine. And see, this is a phrase that I was not familiar with until I read this chapter. So Gale is a great starting place for books. R2 is a smaller collection of ebooks. It will have less information, but there are a few books in there on transcultural healthcare, so it may be worth taking a look. Also, OneSearch. Will search all the books that we have in our collection in print and also ebooks. So I would also look in OneSearch. Let's see here. I'm going to OneSearch is like Google for the library, so it searches everything together, books, articles, everything. So they're all going to be mixed in the first search that you do. That's taking a second just because it's such a big database. Okay, so you can see, like Google, I get tons of results. So over on the left, you can refine your results and you can limit just to books. And then I would also go down here and limit to publication date because see the first one looks great, but it's way too old. So I would go down and put maybe last 5 years. Okay. And so you're going to get a ton of ebooks here, like this one. And you can see ebook. Um, and if it's in print, you'll see the call number. So far all of these are ebooks. So We have about 75,000 ebooks, so most of you will find a book on your topic. And keep in mind too, even if the whole book isn't about um, your exact topic, there may be a chapter. So take a look at the table of contents to see if there might be a chapter that could be useful to you. Okay. You can take the limiter for books off, and you can search for articles in OneSearch. And it's worth taking a look to see what comes up because you might want to search additional databases, not just CINAHL for this project. You might want to search some sociology databases if you're doing something about like a marginalized group, immigrants, let's say. Um, you might want to search a psychology database if you're looking for anything about mental health. So OneSearch searches them all together. So take a look, see what you find here. There might be some good things. Um, just keep in mind that this is a large search, so you still are going to need to look directly in the databases. But that is the first search on looking for books. We get back to, oops, I went back too far. Get back to the LibGuide. And the next video we'll talk about searching for legal information.